Hello all, welcome to my channel. In this session we will discuss about stored procedure in SQL Server. A stored procedure in SQL Server is a pre-compiled collection of one or more SQL statements that they are stored in a database. They allow you to encapsulate the logic in a reusable way, which can help you to improve the performance, maintainability and security. The stored procedure can accept input parameter, output parameters, and it will execute a complex queries as well, and will return as a results. Let's see some simple store procedure, how we can use input parameter, output parameter, and transaction data. How we can use. Let's switch to MS SQL. Here I have a employee table, few data as well in this. Let's query for it. Select star from employee. In the employees table I have a 3 data. So same result how we can achieve by using a store procedure. So let's write a procedure, create procedure and procedure name, get employee details as begin and end. So within this begin and end block we have to write a SQL statement. As of now I will write a select star from employees. Let's go and execute. The store procedure was created. Now let's execute this. exec employees. The select star from employee table and store procedure will give us the same result. So we achieved this. Now how we can use input parameter in the store procedure? Let's see. For that, get employee details by ID. I'll use it. Details by employee ID. We have to pass the input parameter, so I'm going to declare a emp ID. It is an integer. So this emp ID I will use it in a where class of select statement, where employee ID equal to the parameter. Let's go and execute. I have created now employee, get employee details by employee ID. Let's go and execute. So now I have to pass the employee ID to this store procedure. Let's pass 2. Let's go and execute this. I have passed employee ID 2, so I got an employee ID 2 data. If I pass employee ID as a 3, then I will get employee ID 3 data. So like this we can use a input parameter in stored procedure. Next, how we can use a output parameter in the stored procedure. So let's write get employee details. Instead of employee details, get employee count. Get employee count by manager ID. How many employees are present under manager ID. So for that I'm going to use a manager ID. I have to pass manager ID, and I need a count as a output, so I will declare as a count int. This is an output. I have to return a count. So let's write this count equal to select star from count. Next, where manager ID equal to this. Here should be manager ID. So this is my query to get a count under one manager. So let's go and execute this. The procedure was created. Now how we can execute this procedure? The same way, exec, and I have to pass a manager ID. Let's say manager ID is a 1, and I need to get a count. This is an output parameter, so I have to pass a output as well. equal to, next I'll declare as a cint as a output parameter, declare int. This cint is an output parameter, we have to define as a output. Next select cint. Let's go and execute this. Sorry. You see, if I say in employee table, the manager ID is a 1, so its employee count is a 2. So we can, how this way we can use it input parameter and output parameter in the single store procedure. Similar way we can write multiple input parameters, output parameters in the same procedures. The next one, how we can use a transaction control. Like a transaction control meaning like commit and rollbacks, how we can use in store procedure to manage the complex queries, how we can. So let's write a similar one. Instead of get, let's use a update manager ID. So now update manager ID to the employee. So let's manager ID is the input, and now there is an employee ID also one input. Now we have to write a update queries. Update employee set manager ID equal to manager ID parameter, where employee ID equal to this employee. So this update query we can use it under transaction control. So for that, how we can use the transaction control? Begin transaction. So under begin transaction we will use this. So now under begin transaction we will use a begin try and try. So after that we have to use a begin catch and end catch also. Begin catch and catch. So inside this begin catch and catch we will write a rollback the transaction. So now we will print here what is the error of it. Print error. What is the error of it? So by using one existing function, this is an inbuilt function. So before end try we have to commit the change meaning the modified the transaction data which manager ID we are updating, right? So we have to commit the change. So now commit the transaction. So like this we can write a complex queries under the begin and end block, and also we can write a transaction control under this. Like this we can use. Let's go and execute this. I have written update a manager ID. So let's exec. Now I will pass it as a manager ID and employee ID. So both are input parameter, I can pass it. Manager ID is a 1 equal to, and employee ID equal to 2. So like this we can execute. So one row is affected. If we see the manager ID for employee ID 2 is the manager is 1 already. So let's update to 3. Let's go and execute. We can see for the second employee the manager ID updated to 3. So like this we can use a transaction control under store procedure. We can use, instead of a transaction control, we can use condition logics like if else and case statements. All those are dynamic queries. All we can use inside the store procedure. For example, instead of this begin tran and tran, I can use it as a logical conditions like if manager ID is more than 1, begin, and let's update employees set manager ID equal to manager ID equal to this for all the employees, else again this will be begin and end. So the begin and end is just a block we can use. Within this block the statements will be executed. The similar way I can write logic. It depends on again requirement how we need to write. So here where employee ID equal to employee. If you see, if the manager ID is more than a 1, then it will update all employees manager, and if the manager ID is 1, then it will apply only for the specific employee. So like that we can write a logical conditions, if else. We can write a case statement, all the complex, and we can write a dynamic queries inside this begin and end blocks, and write any syntax under this begin and end block. Suppose if we want to create a table, we can write a table syntax like create a table and table name. Like this we can write any syntax under this begin and end. Employee ID varchar, suppose varchar of 10, and name varchar of 50, address varchar of 100. Like this, any syntax, the SQL statements we can write under this begin and end block under this procedure. So it will execute whenever we want. So this is a pre-compiled statement. So like this we can use a store procedure for any kind of SQL statements. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.